All right, little technical issue there, but we're back. Uh, so I was just talking about like some of these upcoming contenders that Polygon has listed, and one of them was Dragon Age, which maybe that's a strong maybe. Stalker 2, I don't see it. I just don't think this game will be like get enough traction from the mainstream community to really uh, challenge for Game of the Year. Life is Strange, same thing. I think the ship sailed on that as far as like people's expectations being blown away with a Life is Strange game. I think we know what those games are. Not that they're bad, but I just think we know what those games are. And then the one that I find interesting is going to be Metal Gear Solid Delta, because I hope it's good. I really do, because it'll really show that like Metal Gear can live on without Kojima, which you've always said that, but I think this will really hammer it home that like Metal Gear will probably just be fine if you keep the same premise and the same story or like similar stories or whatever, but you don't necessarily need one guy who's attached to it to make it work well. So I'm hoping this game will be good because there's enough fans of that game, specifically Metal Gear Solid 3, that I think
Yeah.
that I think you could do it right without Kojima being involved. So
It looks beautiful.
yeah, so that's going to be a day one purchase for me. Just because I just need to see this be good. So all right. So anything on Game of the Year you want to add on? Anything that should be on our radar for Seth's Game of the Year?
Nope. I think anything that comes out not in the next week is going to not make Game of the Year list.
Yeah. Also, notice that there are no Microsoft exclusives. How many years in a row are we going to fucking do this with them?
I mean, fuck Microsoft. Fuck Xbox.
Yeah. So, speaking of Xbox, real quick though, we almost missed this. Shattered Space, huh?
Oh yeah. Fucking
Shattered Space, huh?
giant dud.
How do they routinely take the biggest fucking L's? Like it's impressive. And
No
then
idea.
I'm hearing rumors Avowed might get delayed again.
I'll fucking lose it, dude.
Dude, it might get delayed again.
The more I see of Avowed, the less I'm interested. That was one of my most anticipated games a long time ago. And then the more they've shown, the more I'm like, I don't think I'm into this.
That's gotta be at some point. There gotta be full blown panic mode over there, right? Like,
I think they probably already are.
yeah, it's just like for every good thing they do, like for every good vibe they get. Remember, like the vibes of the summer, like Fallout. People loved Fallout.
Yep.
Everything's great. And then like, all right, we got Shattered Space coming, and then fat fucking L Shattered Space. No one likes it. And now it makes me worried for like this Indiana Jones game. Like it might be bad. Not everything. Anytime a Microsoft exclusive comes out, I just expect it to be bad.
It probably will be bad.
Yeah, and that's fucking sad. So every single big release, Hellblade L, Shattered Space L, Redfall L. Like,
yep.
And then Halo, like I guess they like restructured Halo, so I wonder what that's going to look like. Now I'm nervous about Gears of War. Is Gears of War going to turn into a fat fucking L? Well, I don't know, Microsoft. I don't know. Because the Coalition's the one dev at Microsoft I really do like. So I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Heading into the underbelly. So I found a fun list since it's spooky season. IGN had the top 25 horror games ever made.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So some of these we probably have never played, but I'll just read through the list, and if one stands out, we can talk about it. So number 25, I've never played this. Stay Out of the House.
Nope. No idea.
Yeah, no idea. No clue. Number 24, Slender the 8 Pages. I really fucking hate Slender Man. I don't understand what is remotely creepy about Slender Man. Why anything about Slender Man would creep you out.
It was one of the first viral horror games, like Five Nights at Freddy's was.
Yeah, but didn't Slender Man start as like a creepypasta or some shit like that? Like, what the fuck is like?
I think the game came first and the creepypasta came.
Did it? Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know. With the Slender Man here. So yeah, The Evil Within, number 23, The Evil Within. I really loved this fucking game. Do you ever play Evil Within?
Nope.
So it was in the ilk of like Resident Evil 4, and it was done by Shinji Mikami, like the father of Resident Evil. And I'm so sad that like Tango Studios is like dead, because like this is like one of my favorite fucking horror games of the last decade was Evil Within. So special shout out to Evil Within. I feel like the fucking Bethesda killed it for no reason. That studio, Tango GameWorks made some of the best games of last gen, in my opinion. Even the most recent one they did, which Ghostwire Tokyo, was really good. So yeah, special shout out to Evil Within, man. Like I felt like up until Resident Evil recently like changed to being like first person, I feel like this was like the spiritual Resident Evil we all wanted, because
Mm.
Evil Within came out in that time where like Resident Evil 6 was a piece of shit, and then Revelations no one liked. So like the Resident Evil franchise, Capcom had just like driven it into the fucking ground, and then like we had Evil Within come and just had save us for a bit there. So special shout out Evil Within, great fucking game, should be higher on the list. Number 22, Condemned: The Criminal Origins. Any history with this?
No, I never played any of the Condemned games. There's two of them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I thought there was like a controversy around either Condemned 1 or 2. I can't remember.
I think it might have been two.
Like it was like banned in certain places or something like that.
You might be thinking of Manhunt.
Well, I know Manhunt 2 was banned or got an
Yeah,
AO rating or something.
yeah,
I thought Condemned was in a similar vein.
yeah. Condemned was a great fucking game. It was like one of those games that truly felt. It was like the first game that felt next gen to me. Which ironically was like published by fucking Sega. That was like back in like a weird Sega era where they were kind of like producing a lot of shit. But like Condemned was just so good, and like the graphics were great, and the atmosphere was like you had guns, but like the ammo was so limited, and you had to like melee guys, and like the lighting was so good. Like when you walked into like dark areas, you generally couldn't see dick, and you would just hear footsteps, and you'd be like, "Oh shit!" And there'd be all these like bums like hopped up on like I think it was like fentanyl or some drug they were fucking on. But yeah, that game was fucking great. Shout out to Criminal Origins, one of my favorite games of that 360 era. Number 21, Manhunt. Ooh, do I love Manhunt? Fucking great, beautifully violent game that like is like so 2006, 2007, like where games were violent as fuck. And this is a game that like people. It's a snuff film basically, which is fucking crazy. It's like this is like Rockstar made a fucking snuff game, where the premise of the game is like you're a criminal that has been sentenced to death, but you've been like, and your sentence is like you got to be in this movie, and that's how they carry out your death sentence. But if you live, they'll let you go.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a controversial game, though. Specifically, Manhunt too. Like you said, they gave it an AO rating. I think the one on Wii was like the most controversial one because it would like make you act out the executions and shit like that, which is
That's
actually
fucking awesome.
awesome. Yeah. So they had to like tone it down. But yes, I loved Manhunt. Did you ever play it?
I think you're gonna find I have played barely any horror games.
So are you not a horror game guy?
Not really, no.
Okay. Number 20, Inside. That's not a fucking horror game. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
No, that's just no.
never played.
Number 19, Visage. So this is basically. Do you ever play the Silent Hills demo?
Yeah.
So this game Visage is basically that. Like it's the hallway where a bunch of scary shit goes down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nah. I don't know if that's the 19th greatest horror game of all time. And the fact that it's ahead of Evil Within is almost criminal.
Yeah.
Number 18, Phasmophobia, which I've never played that.
Neither me.
Yeah, so we're going to skip that. 17, Dead by Daylight. Any history there?
No. Just the only thing I know about Dead by Daylight is it has an absolutely absurd amount of DLC,
Yeah.
like a disgusting amount.
I've always wanted to play Dead by Daylight. I have it, just like no one ever wants to play with me. So
Until Dawn.
yeah, number 16, Until Dawn. How we
With
feeling there? See?
a massive spoiler in the thumbnail.
That's actually amazing. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
No, but we talked about Until Dawn. Great game. It's like one of those classic horror movie games. So I agree with Until Dawn being on the list. Hey, look at you. 2 for 2, buddy. Alan Wake
Hey.
2. Look at this. Mister, I don't play horror games. Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you agree with it being one of the greatest horror games of all time? Is it an all-timer?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's. I guess it's a horror game. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I
I
feel
mean,
I feel unqualified to talk about this.
yeah, I feel like that game came out so recently that I don't know if it's like an all timer like that. Well, it came out last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soma. I've played this. I don't agree with this rating like at all.
Didn't get like
For
horribly bad reviews.
yeah, like it's not a great game. Like it's not impressive. The next one I agree with, Clock Tower. Clock Tower
Classic.
when I was a kid scared the fucking dick out of me. Especially that fucking dude with his fucking leg and he's like fucking with the fucking hedge trimmers and shit. I'm like, that game fucking scared the shit out of me. And it was because of the anticipation. Like, you would go in a room and you'd be like, oh, fuck, is Scissor Man here? Fuck. Like, so yeah, I agree with that. Like, Clock Tower is an all timer. Forbidden Siren. I never liked these Siren fucking, or even the other one, Fatal Frame, where there's like these little fucking weird Japanese girls that are supposed to be scary or what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a dud there for me. Number 11, that's super low. Is Resident Evil being number 11.
The
So it's not even in
original.
the top 10. Resident Evil not in the top 10.
That's pretty crazy. It's like
That's
putting
actually insane.
that's like making a list of the top side scrolling games and not putting Mario in there.
Yeah, Mario's like 11.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Number 10, Five Nights at Freddy's. So Five Nights at Freddy's being ranked ahead. Okay.
Do you think
We're
that maybe
recency
we're
bias.
just not the right generation for Five Nights at Freddy's? Because I think
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's is like fucking retarded.
Yeah, I think
Which
it's dumb.
I'm bringing the word back, retarded. You know,
Hard R. I like it.
I love it. Anyway, yeah, it's retarded. Uh, it seems like younger kids dig it and they're not scared of it, but they like Five Nights at Freddy's. So I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with Five Nights at Freddy's.
I feel like it's because of like guys like Markiplier fucking and like I think PewDiePie made it popular to get like fucking freaked out like oh playing it because it's just a giant jump scare fest. That's all it is. Like
Yeah,
I think the lore, I will say the lore of Five Nights at Freddy is a lot more interesting than it has any business being. Like some of the shit that goes on, but yeah, I don't know if it's a top 10 horror game. I don't even know like I don't know if it's a top 10 horror game.
this list gets extremely controversial in the top 10. Continue.
Number 9, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
All right. I mean, I think it's one of the all. I feel like Resident Evil 4 like saved Resident Evil until they killed it again.
it's the
Um,
best of the Resident Evils, right?
yeah, I
So
agree. I agree. And the move to switch it from like tank controls to like third person was super controversial at the time, but obviously, clearly, it paid off because people loved it. My
yeah,
favorite one is the original Resident Evil 4, the Wii edition. That was like the best one. Loved it.
GameCube. You mean
No, the Wii edition.
it originally came out on GameCube?
Yeah, no, it came out OG GameCube, but then when it came out on Wii, I just felt like it was so natural with the controls. Like it felt so good.
Okay, okay. I see what you're
Yeah. So number 8, Left 4 Dead. Is that really a horror game?
I mean, it is, but it's not
Yeah.
above like Resident Evil 4, Resident
No,
Evil 4.
yeah, no. Like Left 4 Dead 2 is a good game. It's fun with friends, but like you don't get that. I don't know. Like I feel like horror with friends isn't really what we're looking for. So I don't know. I don't know if I would. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Number 7, Outlast. Outlast being on the list, I agree. In the top 10, I think I agree. Outlast was really good. I really like Outlast. Outlast is scary as shit.
I played Outlast. The one thing I remember from Outlast is hiding in lockers. In the beginning of the game, if you use your camera, you can see the dude's giant dong.
Yeah, swinging dicks.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, it starts right out with a giant dong.
Yeah. So this one's another one that I agree with, but Alien Isolation. I've only played a little bit of it. And I remember the reason I didn't like playing it, and this is a me thing. So I had it on Xbox and I had a Kinect,
Mm-hmm.
and the fucking Kinect, if you play it on the Xbox version, it has a mic in it, and like the mic will make it so the alien fucking hears you, and it'll come kill you. Because I remember the one time I was playing it, and Adam came over, and he was just talking, and I didn't realize this was like a feature, and then all of a sudden the alien just showed up out of nowhere and killed me. I was like, what the fuck? And then it just kept happening over. I'm like, this alien is on my ass. And then like I remember googling it, and it was like, oh fuck, this fucking if you talk, this will fucking the alien will fucking hear you. So I think that's a cool feature, but at the time I didn't think it was a cool feature. I'm like, this fucking bullshit. I have a live mic in my fucking house.
Yeah.
So shout out to Alien Isolation. Ooh, number 5, Dead Space. How do you feel about? Have you ever played Dead Space?
I played a little bit of it back in the
Yeah,
day.
I agree with Dead Space being on the list. Um, I feel like in that PS3 generation, like horror games were kind of dead, and I feel like Dead Space was like one of the ones that like we could hang our hat on. Like this is a good horror game, especially 3 was one of my favorite ones because like in 3 the campaign was like you were playing with another player, but they like you remember when we were playing Space Marine and hearing different shit.
Mhm.
So stuff like that would happen in Dead Space, where like you and I would be playing, something would happen on my screen, and I would react to it like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" And like it wouldn't happen to you, so you'd be like, "What are you talking about? What happened?" So it would kind of like create that discourse that we were like one of us was going nuts.
That's cool.
Yeah. So shout out to that one. That's a good game. Um, get the fuck what? Number 4,
PT.
PT. That's not even a game. That is not even a real game.
Nope.
We're not even going to discuss this because that's not even a real game. Fuck that. That's a bad list. Bad list. How do you put PT, a fucking teaser trailer, on a top 25 horror games of all time? You are full of shit. You can't even fucking play PT anymore. That's the other thing. Like you're gonna put it number 4. Like, oh, people are gonna check it out. No, the fuck you're not. You're gonna watch YouTube videos about it. That's what you're
Right.
gonna do.
Right.
Because
No, continue on. Continue on. We got to talk about this top 3.
fucking wow. Amnesia the Dark. Oh, no. That's like, I feel like Amnesia should be like 11, if anything, and Resident Evil should be like in the top 10, not fucking Amnesia the Dark Descent. The
Right.
fuck out of here. No, what?
Resident Evil 2 from 2019 is number 2.
The remake.
Yep.
Number 2 horror game of all time. How? How is that? How? You know what's crazy? You know what's actually insane about this list?
What?
Biohazard, the 7, Resident Evil 7, isn't on the list.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's not.
Which is actually insanity to me because like I feel like Resident Evil 7 literally saved Resident Evil. Again.
Yeah, you're right. 100%.
But we'll put 2 on the list, but we'll put the remake of 2, which was good. I'm not saying it was bad, but like how can you rate it as like an all-time great horror game when it's literally a remake of 2, which is the all-time great horror game? Like, hold on here. Like, I don't know if I agree with that. That's super hot take.
Look at what number 1 is.
Okay, fuck you, IGN. Really? This game literally just came out.
Silent Hill 2. It's almost like it's a sponsored post. Like,
yeah, like what in the fuck, IGN? Like that's
what it seems like.
Yeah, like again, a good game. Like clearly, it's reviewing really well, but like an all timer, like at a top 25 all timer.
Yeah.
Like okay, so Sweet Home isn't even on this game. Like the NES one that like birthed the horror genre is not on here. Alone in the Dark. There's no Alone in the Dark games, which again, another classic horror franchise. Where the fuck is Dino Crisis?
Yeah.
How do you make an all-time horror game list with no Dino Crisis?
Yeah.
IGN. Number 1, Silent Hill 2, the fucking remake. The remake. Not even the original Silent Hill 2, which is the one literally that caused this. Oh, I don't know. Special fuck you to IGN. That list is fucked up. How is PT on the list? Like, how does a playable trailer get on the list or teaser? Like, how? I would love someone make it make sense. That genuinely annoyed me. All right, on to the last part of the show here, and no particular order, but we'll start with our friends at Nintendo. So. Nintendo recently had people like they were putting out feelers for people like play testing some Switch Online game, and whenever you would sign up, you would have to like sign or agree to something that you wouldn't talk about or show gameplay. Immediately, it leaks. And I feel like this is like Nintendo's Joker moment where they're like, "This is why we don't have real online because people don't act appropriately because of this shit." Like people leaked it immediately, and I guess the game is like, some like Roblox looking clone shit. So I'll read a little bit out of the article. So despite Nintendo's warning to Switch owners not to breathe a word about its mystery online playtest, players have posted screenshots, gameplay videos, and even streamed it online now that it's live. Earlier this month, Nintendo asked those who successfully signed up for its then mysterious Switch Online playtest to not reveal what it was once it went live. Documentation includes a request that you do not discuss or disclose content from either Nintendo Switch Online playtest program, software, or website with others. Users leaked details from the playtest website as soon as they had access earlier this week.
Pretty awesome. Like, people just do not give a shit.
How didn't they think people were going to do this? Like, come on, Nintendo. You can't be this fucking naive, man. You can't be this. Are they really genuinely just that naive?
They just have their head in the sand about
Yeah,
everything.
like, come on, Nintendo. And this will fucking go into the next one. So Smash Brothers creator Masahiro Sakurai quits YouTube with final video teasing mystery new game. So anyone with a brain probably can figure out what this mystery new game is going to be. What do you think it's going to be, buddy?
I mean, I would imagine it would be Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's going to be Smash Brothers. And this guy, Masahiro Sakurai is the creator of Smash. And one of the things he specifically says in the video is like, I received a request to write a game proposal, which I finished at lightning speed. I'm sorry I can't share more about this project, but assuming we're able to get it made, it should be announced sooner or later. It's going to be fucking Smash. And I will sit here and on this show, if I'm wrong, I will chug a fucking Smirnoff Ice. I'll fucking ice myself. If I'm fucking wrong that it's not Smash, that like it's 100% gonna be another Smash game.
Does he like do anything else anymore?
No, that's all he does is Smash. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, and I don't mean women. He just creates Smash Brothers. That's it.
He probably does that to women too.
Maybe, I don't know. He's like a giant nerd. I don't know if he gets laid. He does have a really cool replica of the fucking Akira motorcycle though. So special shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So LOL Nintendo. Activision. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 wants $20 for better audio.
I saw this and I was like, you know what? Not surprised.
At first I was like, whatever, it's optional, you don't have to buy it. But then like knowing me, I'm a big audio for me is like key. Like audio in a game with bad audio will ruin a game for me, but a game with great audio will make the game. Like I always remember like music and ambiance and stuff like that. More so than I remember stories. It helps me just remember moments in games. But when I saw this, you're gonna charge me an additional $20 to have better fucking audio? Are you out of your fucking mind?
I mean, hey,
like what
Activision,
the fuck, man? Like so. So then when I saw
Xbox has to make up that money they spent somehow.
Yeah, so you may want to fork over an extra $20 for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 because Activision is offering a better audio experience if you pay for enhanced headphone mode. The tech is provided by Embody, and their immersive spatial audio promises a more immersive, hence the name, audio experience, regardless of what brand of headphones you're using. You're fucking full of shit. So you mean to tell me if I fucking roll in there with like $5 below headphones and I pay you my $20 for better headphone mode, it's going to just sound great, huh?
I mean, I would like to imagine they're going to get massive blowback from this, but something tells me that people are just going to ignore it. And it's
people are going to ignore it. It's just the principle of it. Like, seriously? Enhanced headphone mode? How about you enhance these nuts? How about that?
Fair.
I'll give you $20 to enhance my nuts.
Sounds that. Enhance these nuts.
Enhance these nuts. Thank you, Activision. And then, second to last, so this was another funny one with Space Marine. So, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2 community rallies against gatekeepers who say players who get the lethal difficulty helmet reward now that the game is easier again don't deserve it.
Sure, whatever.
So at some point there was like in the hardest modes, so the lethal difficulty added to the hang on, let me
they made the game way harder with like the parries and timing and stuff like that. It wasn't by accident. They thought they were fixing it, but people were pissed, so then they went back and changed it back.
Yeah,
what happened.
And then the lethal difficulty was not brutally hard, only brutally hard, but unfairly so. It included the universally hated tight formation system where which forced players to stick close together in almost an impossible fashion. So the new update stripped this mechanic out with developer Saber Interactive admitting its mistake. This rollback cost some players who own the Survivor helmets not only to act superior online because they obtained it when Space Marine 2 was at its hardest, but demanded Saber now retire it or prevent it from being displayed on characters who obtain it post update 4.1. Some have even asked for yet another reward exclusive to those who completed a lethal operation on the previous patch. I love how like stupidly toxic that is.
Yeah. It was just
So,
like I don't know. It's so stupid. It's like a bunch of babies.
like I like to a degree I get it, but it's so fucking dumb. Like who cares? How
Yeah.
Here's my thing. How would you know a new player got it? Like how would you know that?
Right.
Maybe like looking at their game time, I guess. Maybe like looking at when they first played it, and then what are you gonna message them like, "Oh, pussy, you got it before update." Like, come on, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But because like I do see sometimes like it's cool in devs like give people, a little attaboy. Like think of all the people pre Realm Reborn who are just the OGs in there. Like they got
Yep.
a little. I think they got a little tattoo or some shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, a little nod. But yeah, like don't be a fucking toxic asshole. Like
Don't
get
be
the
a
fuck out of here.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I just put that on there because that made me fucking literally laugh. I was like, oh my fucking god. This is why we don't online game like all that
Yep.
much. We only
100%.
play with our friends because like if you can't, I can't deal with people like this anymore. Ugh. All right, like last one. Blade paused indefinitely. The movie.
Good.
What? Just kill it. Just kill it. Just kill comic book movies. Just kill them. It's
Yep,
time.
I agree. Just kill this. Let's end all of comic book movies. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's
Let's get.
just. You know how happy I would be for comic book stuff, comic book anything to go back to being like niche. Like
Yep.
let's just get comic books out of the mainstream. It's been a good run. It's been like what a 15-year run at this point, even longer, 25 maybe.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's been a good
Totally.
run. The MCU was cool for a while and then became very uncool. Kill the MCU. The DCU was never cool, or fuck the DECU, or whatever the hell it was. It was never cool. You had your moments. It's time to die. Don't make any more. That's it.
It's
That's
time to
it.
let go. It's time to let go.
Kill it. Let comic books go back to being comic books, and let the people who are very passionate about it, the nerds who would go to the fucking shop and pick up books every week, let it go back to being that. Let it simmer for a little while. Bring it back in like 50 years when I'm dead. How about that?
At least give me like a 10-year break. Something. Let me get over how bad it got.
And you know the other shit is that like annoys me is like the stuff that isn't associated with any brand anymore is like the best stuff. So like Invincible
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is
This
fucking
was
great.
great.
The Boys is a great show. Like so it's crazy that like all of a sudden we just stop using our brains when we get a license. We're like, oh fuck. Yeah, like I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Well, it
And then
was
like
really like Marvel had no plan after Endgame. They just like were like winging it after Endgame.
yeah, because we didn't need a plan. That was it. We were building up to End Game. End Game happened. We were good. We were
Yes.
good. We didn't need any more. I was still
Endgame
upset
was the
Cheadle
end
lived.
game.
Yeah, I was still upset we didn't kill Don Cheadle. But whatever. But then the other thing they do is the stuff that people like, they fucking kill.
Yes.
Like Punisher, people loved Punisher. Like that show on Netflix was great. Dead. Daredevil, people loved Daredevil. Dead. People, Moon Knight, people really liked Moon Knight. Dead. I'm like, so what are we doing here?
I don't know, buddy.
It's just it doesn't make any fucking sense. I just kill comic book movies. They need to die. Kill them. Kill them. Kill
I
them.
agree.
Kill them again.
You know
All
what?
right.
Let's me and you fucking kill them.
I'm in. I will go to jail to make sure fucking no more comic book movies get made. I would be okay with that. Like, why are you in prison? I killed every comic book movie director that there will be. I killed him, their entire bloodline. I killed anyone who thought about making a comic book movie with DC and Marvel. Killed them
Yes.
all.
Yes, we ended them.
So, and I say this as I used to love comic book movies, and some of the ones that came out recently, like the Batman, I loved, but I'm okay with never getting another good comic book movie again, just so we can eliminate all the shitty ones. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. It's fair trade.
Yep. Yep.
So, All right. So, anything in closing before we get this bad boy wrapped up? We put this bad boy to bed.
Nope. I'm ready to play some more Space Marine tonight.
I agree. I don't know if we are because Watson famously can't communicate, and I don't really know what his message meant. He said his like buddy just landed in Texas,
Sheldon.
and I was
Sheldon.
like, yeah, he landed in Texas, and I was like, okay, does that mean he's coming home and you're gonna hang out with him tonight, or like you're just telling us this?
I mean, Sheldon's not going to be back in Pennsylvania tonight. I don't think. There's no fucking way, right?
You never know with that guy. Like, I mean, special shout out to Sheldon, but like, you just never know. Uh, but yeah, and yeah, I just never know. And then you never know what Watson, because like, I guarantee you, sure as shit, when we put in the chat, we playing tonight. Hey, no, fella, I guarantee you that maybe what happens, and it would be like, oh, well, I said he
Maybe.
landed. I said he landed, and like
Yeah.
so.
Maybe I'll be on at around 9 p.m. It's 8 o'clock. I just sent you guys invites. Okay.
Or how about, hey, could you pick up a can of Coke? Yeah, sure, Watson. Sure, buddy. Fucking asshole. So a special shout out to Watson. I fucking love him, but he drives me crazy.
Yes.
All right. So real quick before we get done here, check out our socials. You can find us at Alpha Nerds on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. We're at Alpha_Nerds. We have a new show on the YouTube channel called Side Banter. It is hosted by yours truly. The way that show is going to work is usually going to be a random guest I have on. We're going to talk about just something. First episode we did was gaming as a coping skill, featuring Jules and B of the Jules and B podcast. So that was a fun show. I just did a recent second episode of Side Banter all about the N64. Did it with my buddy Shane from the YouTube channel, Shane or N64. So special shout out there. Look for that on our YouTube and socials. And remember, when in doubt, square up, throw down. Have a good night, everybody.